Ever wondered how object-oriented programming, or OOP, works in C#? Well, today we're diving into this very subject to help you understand and master it. First, it's essential to clarify what object-oriented programming is. It's a programming paradigm based on the concept of objects, which can contain data in the form of fields, often known as attributes, and code in the form of procedures, often known as methods. Now, let's get started with C#. Step 1, we need to understand the four main principles of OOP in C#. They are encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. Encapsulation is the process of hiding the details and keeping the data safe from any accidental changes. In C#, it's achieved by using class and interface. Next, we have inheritance. It's a mechanism where you can create a new class that is built upon an existing class. The new class, known as derived class, inherits the members of the class it's derived from, known as base class. The third principle, polymorphism, allows a task to be performed in different ways. For example, it can allow a class to have multiple methods with the same name but different parameters. And finally, abstraction. It's a mechanism to hide unnecessary details and show only the essential features of an object. Step 2. Let's focus on classes and objects. A class is a blueprint for creating objects. It defines what properties an object of that class should have and what methods can be applied to it. To create a class in C#, you need to use the keyword class, followed by the name of the class. Inside the class, you define the properties and methods. An object, on the other hand, is an instance of a class. When you define a class, no memory is allocated, but when you create an object, memory is allocated. Step 3 is about understanding methods. A method is a block of code which only runs when it's called. You can pass data, known as parameters, into a method. Methods are used to perform certain actions. Step 4, we'll talk about constructors. A constructor in C# is a special method that is used to initialize an object. It's called when an object is created. Step 5 is understanding properties. Properties are members of a class that provide a flexible mechanism to read, write, or compute the values of private fields. In conclusion, understanding how to use object-oriented programming in C# can make your code cleaner, easier to understand, and more straightforward to maintain. We've explored the four main principles of OOP in C#: encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. We've also delved into classes and objects, methods, constructors, and properties. Remember, practice is key when it comes to programming. So don't be afraid to experiment with these concepts and try to create your own classes and objects. Have fun coding!